sorry. I apologize. Uh, the thing with this is I try to do this and you know play the video, then try to play the video, then come back and be here on live. But those who watched it, y'all got the gist of it. So my thing is interruptions. My thing is this, man. Okay, you know what this is about. This is about healing, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. 5 stages, and we need to do this in mental, emotional healing. Um, this is what is going on. You know, the subject topic is fatherless sons and how badly our sons need our fathers. This is personal as well as public. My thing has been this: there's always two sides to a story, and then it's the truth, the real. Um, what was brought to my attention is two different things, and they kind of simultaneously are of the same thing. So, one dealing with a troublesome child. Well, there's two dealing with a troublesome child, and the mothers are kind of like overwhelmed about it because what has to be understood and what has to be learned is that I don't care what y'all think, what y'all want to be perceived. A woman can never, ever raise a man. She could teach him things that she wants to see was qualified or qualities in a young man or an adult man. She could be there for him. She could console him. She could nurture him, which is her nature. But one thing she could never do is tell him how to be a man because she's never been a man. So I don't care. They can hate me. I don't care if you're transitioning to be a man. I don't care if you think you could be a man. I don't care if you act like a man. If you was never made up of that genetic order of being a man and living up to them standards and living up to being what the genetic simple makeup of a man, then you can never tell nobody or teach nobody or show nobody how to be what you never been or know anything about. We come up with these ideas of saying, "Oh, a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that." How do you know when you never been there? I would never try to act like a female. I would never try to say what a female do. I would never say what the experiences of a female are. So, and with that being said, I you know, my thing will will and can never be on that never be on that perspective. Um, so I moving on. Okay, the young lady I know her personally. I know her son personally. She's saying she already knows he needs a father figure. Well, let me quote this: a mentor, a male mentor. A lot of times we don't understand what this means to us. You know, what we end up doing is we end up pushing it away and you had putting the blame on something would never putting the blame on something would never take away from what is going on. You can never take away from what is going on because in doing so, you're trying to change the narrative. I would never I would never say, "Oh, deal with it." How's that going to help though? If someone is coming to you, they seeking your help. So I'm trying to be the best I can in this situation and give as much advice and help. Also, I'm always on the DM. You could vent to me, you could talk to me, we could do all that. So this is a touching subject because I'm going through the same thing with my father. In a sense, he was there for me all my life, but there are things I feel like was neglected towards or was not brought to me in a time frame where I'm like, okay, I could deal with this and this and that and third. It's starting to come along as I get older that what I'm lacking, was something he deprived me of and could have helped me probably many ways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna deal with one topic. I'm gonna deal with one subject at a time, and you can relate to whoever it relates to between these two ladies. I'm not gonna put you out there like that. So dealing with one, being I know you so personally, um, dealing with one, we have to, and this deals with anybody. What we have to understand is everything starts with self. We keep sitting and saying, we try to do this, we try to do that, we try to do that. But in all retrospect, we have to deal with ourselves. Because a lot of times we have these things inside of us that we don't even want to recognize or don't even acknowledge. We have resentments, we have regrets, we have these down sloping feelings that we don't even want to face and admit to. So my thing is this: we have to first start with ourselves. And first start with ourselves is admitting to our faults and things. Because as children, we cannot learn nothing except for what is taught to us. And our first teachers are the people that are in our home. Yeah, the man, if the man's not there, he has nothing to look towards to except for the mother and what she teaches him. And when he's allowed to be outside her presence, those male figures that he relates to because they contain the same genetic order as him, he start looking towards them for guidance. That's why street gangs come along and can sweep up your little boy because he doesn't have a male figure to teach him to be anything other than what they are doing. And it seems right because he's like, yo, they got the same genetic order as I got, so I'm following in the pack. It's sad, but we have to be responsible by who we lay with and have children with. First and foremost, we have to blame ourselves because we didn't take the time to understand the mate that we was with. We didn't take the time to navigate those waters before we swam and jumped in it. Because regardless of what you say, an emotional feeling is temporarily. It's temporary. It has to it's like constantly has to be fed. If your emotions are not constantly fed, they fade away. I can have love for you, but I don't have to be in love with you. I can have a feeling for you that can change in a heartbeat because that feeling that you gave me wasn't being fed. You didn't continue to feed that feeling. Only thing you did was give me a little bit and then expect that thing to last forever. You know what I'm saying? I done been through that situation where I love someone real deeply, you know, but because my presence wasn't there to continue to give them the love that I was having for them, they didn't understand the love that was being given to them. So in a sense, it faded away, and of course, someone else was able to give them because it was constantly in their face. So first and foremost, what we have to do out the gate is let our children know that we love them. Love this thing is that we love them. We have to always let our children know that we love them. There's nothing that can be done, or nothing that can be said to change that. We always gonna have to love our children. If we don't always love our children will find someone to love them. Because that's what we seek in life. We seek in love. But at the same time, we can't falsify the love that's being given to us and make it what it is not. If a person doesn't really truly love you, you yourself are only to blame for allowing that person to continue to waste your time. You know. So that's what we have to realize, and that's what we're gonna have to figure out. Um. So in choosing your mates, I tell anyone, don't settle. Don't be happy with I'm lonely. Don't be. Sometimes being lonely is like detoxing. You learn who you are. You learn who you could be. You know. I've done it with myself. I don't have to be in a relationship to love something, to love myself, because I got to learn to love myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like I have to learn me, because once I learn me, then I could give you some. I could give you me. But if constantly we trying to fill voids because we think we're missing something, whether it's physical attention, dealing with sex or whatever like that, or whether it's some type of void of emotional, temporary emotional feeling of feeling like, oh, I got he makes me feel, she makes me feel this, that, and the third. No, that's false. That's false. That's a mirage is being presented to us when that's not true. Okay, now this goes out to my fathers. Understand this: are you a father, or are you just out here making babies? Because you worry so much about what the female's gonna do to you. You know, we know what we're doing. I've done it myself. That's how I could speak on it. I don't went in there. Oh, I just let me feel it here the raw. We act like we don't know the consequences of that happening. Like we like even if she says she can't get pregnant, don't believe it. You feel me? I don't care what she says. If you're not ready to have children, if you're not prepared to be a father, then strap the fuck up, my guy. Strap the fuck up. If you're not ready to have that issue, strap the fuck up. And if the lady that you're laying with, you feel like she's a toxic lady, don't fuck with her. Why are you fucking with her? Nigga, go get a fucking sex doll. Use your hand. It's nothing wrong with fucking. It's nothing wrong with jacking off, my nigga. It'll save you a headache in the long run. You feel me? Because in the long run, you got that kid. It ain't people like 18 years. I gotta do. No, you. That's a lifetime commitment. You will always be that child's parent. It doesn't matter when you die. You're still that child's parent. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't stop with. It doesn't stop with oh, they 18 and out of the house. She know him and her no longer my responsibility. No, that shit is for life, bro. So, in saying in saying that, we have to understand who we lay with. It might be hard because you got the pressure of the world on us, right? You got the pressure of the world on us, like, yo, bro, you a virgin, bro, or you ain't hit such and such. Okay, you feel like you want to get you know what I'm saying, you want to get your dick out your dirt and get that first nut off. Go get your little trick. You know what I'm saying? But don't. What you gonna do though? Bet you gonna strap up with that, won't you? When y'all out here tricking, you strap up with that. So you thinking you gonna get this chick that she might be bad to you or whatever, and you say, yo, I'm not finna strap. I'm finna get her pregnant. But then you find out she's toxic. She's one of them ones that, yo, she gonna have you in the court system. She gonna have you. She gonna be run up on your shit. She's not gonna allow you to be with anybody else's life. And then you don't really want to be with her. You just wanted to bust off and say you did it because she looked good. Why trick? Why play with yourself, man? Why play with her? And this goes both ways. Why put yourself in that position, ladies? Why allow these dudes to be something on it? Oh, because they told me, man, come on, man. We this 2023. I don't care how old your child goes. Once 2000 hit, let me put it this way. Internet was in 2000. I was on the internet, 2000, early 2000. Once technology increased, but talk shows been around forever. Oprah been around forever talking about niggas. So the awareness is minute. To say you're not aware of what the hell is going on, fuck out of here. To say you're not aware of what's going on, right, is stupid. Don't sit there and say you're not aware because technology is out of this world these days, right? So we know what we're dealing with. We know this. We look. I used to deal with a lady that was a Facebook junkie. Probably still is. Beautiful lady, great inside and out. That was just one of the things the way she found her. That was one of her resources. So, and you have ladies that have groups that talk about men. So for anybody to say they didn't know that this person was like this, male or female, it's because they didn't want to find out. They didn't want them to be what they didn't think about. You see what I'm saying? We feel like the next person is not us, and that anytime a person is toxic, we don't think they can be toxic to us. You feel me? And that's the BS. You know, we ignore the red flags, and then the outcome becomes bullshit to us, and we get mad and get resentful and be like, "Yo, why you ain't like this?" You know, because man, they been like that. You chose to lay with them and had seeds with them. You sprouted that out. when you could have avoided that altogether. Everybody's guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I didn't have. I'm gracious. You know what I'm saying, to the most, to the Creator. You know, whoever that is, I won't get into that point of who I call on or who you call on. But whoever you call on for blessings and grace and stuff of this nature, I'm thankful that those I was dealing with wasn't able to bear or couldn't bear or whatever the situation was because they was toxic. I can't say it's only probably like one I would give her she wasn't toxic. A couple of them wasn't toxic, but majority of them was toxic, and I'm grateful that nothing came about that, no slip ups, none of that. My baby, I love my baby. This is my son. This is why I can speak on it. I love my son. Ain't nobody could tell me that I don't love my son. This isn't a temporary thing. I'm not being forced to even watch him. I'm not being forced to be this. And you can sit there and say that's because you got a good baby mama. Listen, my baby mama been through it too. The growth that both of us have had. I'm older. So my growth came quicker. You know what I'm saying? I jumped off the porch early. So my growth came fast as fuck. I was forced to grow up at 15. I didn't get kicked out of the house. I was incarcerated. I had to grow up off the rip. Got incarcerated again. So my growth had to be quick to the point where, look, bro, you got to learn life. So my thing is this: I always wanted children, but the being that I got one, the mind frame clicks in even better because we she's grown and evolved and became a better her, and she's still growing just like I'm still growing, and she appreciate the fact that I'm able to be supportive enough for her to grow and become to come back to herself and be her. You know, some people don't do that. Some of y'all, I know y'all got kids out here, but I don't never see them. Where they at? Oh, my baby mama tripping. Is she really? Or is it that you lied to her, you painted a picture for her that she couldn't even, you know, you painted a picture for her that you couldn't even really master. That wasn't yours. You did a rip off move. You know, you did a rip off move, and then you get mad. Let me put it this way. Say I'm gonna promise you $1 million, right? I tell you the scheme, I tell you the setup, all that. I sit there and tell you, look, this is how we're gonna get this $1 million. You see the money, you know it's there. You might even put your hands on it. As soon as you turn your back, I take it away. And you sit there and tell me, you sit there and be like, what happened, bro? You said I'm gonna get that $1 million. I was gonna get a whole. Yeah, we did get the $1 million. We did get the $1 million. But ain't nobody say you gonna be able to keep it. You gonna hate me, bro, because you had plans. You had thoughts what you gonna do with that money when you got your cut. You was like, yo, I'm finna do whether it was gonna blow it, invest it, triple it, lose it, whatever. You just knew you had some plans with that money. But now I done took that away from you. Now you got to reevaluate things. Are you still gonna fuck with me on the same level? So why do you expect those women to fuck with you on the same level now that you don't moved on? Because you made her make her believe she could plan a life around you and your child, and you never wanted her to have your children. You just wanted what accumulated to could possibly be that child. You know, so no. A lot of times we don't plan our pregnancy, but we have to be men and stand up and play our part because you see this little guy right here. I'd be damned if I let the streets take my son from me, man. The way they took me from my father, man. I'm gonna do my best. If I got to die for this boy, he could take it. I leave with a smile on my face, knowing that he's great, man. Knowing that I did it for him, I sacrificed it all for him. You know what I'm saying? So, and and the sad part about it all is, there's so many of us out here leaving our children, leaving our sons. We got daughters too, but it's our sons that need us because these same sons grow up to be men. These same men see that their mother is not having a solid figure, solid male figure in their world, and guess what they do? They treat them how the world treats them, harsh, no respect, abusive. It ain't that their mother is being abusive to them or their mother did anything to them. It's what they see. Yo, I don't nobody respect you, mama. Why should I respect you? Don't nobody do nothing for you, mama. Why should I do it? They say this. I don't care how bad you beat them. I don't care how much you punish them. They gonna love you regardless. But at the same time, they gonna if they don't treat you, they gonna treat the next female that because they didn't never learn or know how to treat a female. They didn't know that you had men that say yes, ma'am. How you doing, ma'am? I'm gonna take my hat off when I'm in the presence of you, ma'am. I'm gonna open the door for you, ma'am. I'm gonna carry your groceries for you, ma'am. You know, if I see a dude out here abusing you, I'm gonna protect you, ma'am. I don't have to know you. These are the things that have not been instilled into our youth anymore, because we look at it like the women raised us, so they get like a lady said today, they getting that girly girly shit, and then you know what happens when they transpires with that because they feel like it's okay. They go with the majority. The world goes with the majority of what they see and hear. So if that's all they seeing and hearing, that's what they gonna mimic. You know, I let my son know. I love my boy. I got plans for my boy. Not on some he gonna be my way out of the man. I don't need my way. He paints his he gonna walk his own path. Only thing I can do is guide him, help him, help him evolve and be the best of what he wants to be. You know. So yeah, and I named my son with greatness, destined to rule. That's the meaning of his name, destined to rule. Yeah, this guy, this crazy guy. He's destined to rule, man. He's already a genius, man, in his own right. 1 years old. He's doing things I haven't seen. Shit, he amazes me sometimes, you know. So, what we need to do out here, fellas, man, and ladies, is become adults. And what I mean by be adults, we need to sit down. We need to get all this resentment out of us. All this hate is for the children. Fuck what we got going on. We got to do it for the children. So I would ask all you men to be men and try to reach out to the mothers of your children and try to have a decent adult conversation and come to terms with trying to be involved in your children's lives. You got to get them early, man. You got to let the child know the full story, the true story. You can't be scared to admit it. If you fucked up, you fucked up. Admit to that shit. You got to try to save them, man. They killing at an astronomical rate out here, man, and we not doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to heal, people. We got to heal as a whole, man. This is mental and emotional healing right here that we need, and our sons need us. With that, with that being said, man, to this nigga give me some more music, man. I'm gonna just keep pumping his shit. Let y'all know to go see that. That's Cat King Cooley. Um, not enough, man. Not enough.
One zip ain't enough. Two zips ain't enough. Two thirties with a switch on it. One clip ain't enough. One brick ain't enough. One bitch ain't enough. In the city with 100 plays. One lick ain't enough.
So I'm gonna see y'all next time, man. I think the next, if anybody got any questions, they wanna tap in on something, try to bring it on one of these lives or whatever. If you want to be part of the live, you want me to bring you on. Um, um, we could discuss, have a group discussion, open mic discussion. I don't mind talking. It doesn't even matter to me, man. We could talk about anything and everything. I'm gonna just start calling people out after a while, man, because y'all need to. These broken promises is not cool. But with that being said, man, salute you. Y'all have a blessed healing. Have a blessed day, a blessed evening, healing. Let's get to it. Make sure you go to that have a seat page, smash that follow. Also have a seat on YouTube. Smash that subscribe and follow, man. Let's get to it. We're gonna heal this shit, baby.